Hey guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate everybody here. Really appreciate everybody here. Um, Jayla5, yo, how you doing? Everybody's good. Um, Let me know in the comments if you want to add anything to the conversation. Do keep in mind that I'm streaming from a separate app other than YouTube, so there's a second of a delay. And also, please keep in mind that my daughter is in the room with me, um, which she's taking a nap. So if she hears my voice too loud, she's probably going to wake up. So if you see me stop in the middle of what we're going on here, just give me a second, and her mom will come get her. All right? So, with that being said, let's just get right into it. First of all, guys, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate everybody coming in. Do me a favor, smash the like button. That's going to get the algorithm. That's going to take the algorithm, make the algorithm put the video in front of other people, other like-minded people. So do me a favor and just smash that for me real quick. That really helps out. Appreciate it. And then let's get right into it. Let's talk about egos. The topic of the discussion is, ego and slavery. I personally believe there's an echo. There's an echo going on? Is there a bad echo? Hold on, let me see if I can. There's something I can do to rectify that. Give me 1 second. Is that any better? Hearing reverb. You're also hearing a reverb. Let's see if I can make that any better. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second here. There's an echo. Give me 1 second, guys. How is that? Let me know if that's any better. No? Still hear it? You're still hearing it? Okay. Oh my goodness. This new apps. Thought I had this all figured out. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me a second there. Cancel that. Enable DVR. You still hearing it? I know there's a delay, so. Hold on 1 second. If I stop this, remove that. How is it now? Are you still hearing the delay? I think you're not hearing me at all right now. This new technology, man. This new technology. I need a kid in here to come help me out. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together right now. We're gonna add a source. Okay. How's that? How's that? Sounds a little bit loud. Okay. All right. Looks good. All right. Back to it. So where was I? We wanted to talk about egos, and basically the control of the egos. I hear you better, slightly. What's up, Zelly the Rebel? Zelly the Rebel checking in. Hi, Glem's not much of a delay. Okay, perfect. All right, sounds good. All right, so with the ego, I really wanted to talk about how the dangers of having a big ego, right? I really wanted to talk about it. I made a post today, and it came to me that really and truly, you can really control somebody. You can really enslave a person simply by feeding their ego. And I really wanted to delve into that a little bit because, believe it or not, there's a lot of it going on right now. There's a lot of it going on all around us, and I keep on looking over that way because, like I said, my daughter's sleeping, so just bear with me if you see me keep on flipping over that way. I just want to make sure I'm not being too loud for her. But as far as the egos go, let's look up the definition. Let's dive into ego a little bit and see exactly what is an ego. Volume down a little bit. Blemo, volume. You want the volume down a little bit, okay? Let me see. How's that? Wait, no, too loud. How's that? I want to keep it in a green. There it is, right there. How's that? iBlends? I'm not looking at iBlends. How am I sounding to you? I'm gonna get right back into it. What I'm gonna do is read the definition of the ego to you, right? Yeah. Did reverb? I turned the volume down a bit. Let me see if I can get it more down. I thought we were good. 1 second. How's it now? All right, sweet. Hope I didn't go down too low. Better, still a bit of reverse. Okay, so it's the sweet spot. It's the sweet spot on this. It needs to be right about there. Okay, it needs to be right about there, and you won't get much of a reverb. All right, it's better, but if you lower it, it will be better. Right there. All right, shout out to Black iBlends. iBlends, he's a producer / chef / everything else. But shout out to him. Sounds good. Please continue. All right, sounds good. So let's get into the ego. All right, thanks. Zelda Rebel said it sounds better also. All right, so an ego. Ego's a noun, right? Plural is egos. Okay? An ego is a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance, right? Used in a sentence, a boost to my ego. Okay? Similar words, self-esteem, self-importance, self-worth, self-respect, self-conceit, self-image, and self-confidence. Right? So that's your definition of an ego, right? So all of those things come into your ego, your self-esteem, your self-importance, your self-worth, your self-respect, all of that stuff, right? Psychoanalysis of the ego, the part of the mind that mediates between consciousness and unconsciousness. Listen to that. The part of the mind that mediates between consciousness and unconsciousness and is responsible for reality. Right? You guys look this up yourself. I'm not making this up, right? The part of the mind that mediates between consciousness and the unconscious. Right? This is responsible for your reality. So your ego seems to be quite important, right? All right. So how can we feed an ego? We can feed an ego plenty of different ways, right? If you're a person, let's say you're a person that you like cars, right? Cars turn you on. Cars are your thing, right? If I can provide something that can get you those cars, I'm feeding that part of your ego, right? I'm feeding that part of your ego. If I can give you what it is that can get you what you want, I'm feeding that what you want that's gonna improve your self-esteem, your self-importance, your self-worth, your self-respect, your self-conceit, your self-image, and your self-confidence, then I'm feeding that, right? All right, let's keep that in mind. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to slavery. That's facts. Yes, absolutely. Right? Now, let's move on to slavery. Right? The definition of slavery. It's a noun. The state of being a slave, of course. Right? Another definition, a condition compared to that of a slave in respect of exhausting labor or restricted freedom. A condition compared to that of a slave in respect of exhausting labor or restricted freedom. Used in a sentence: female domestic slavery. 100% facts, right? Another definition: excessive dependence or devotion to something. Used in a sentence: slavery to tradition. So, I mean, you guys are all smart people. You guys know exactly where I'm going with this. It's not much of a dust that I have to connect here. If you're addicted, or if you're addicted, I wouldn't say addicted, but if you're dependent or your devotion is so strong towards something, it's a form of slavery, right? So what automatically comes to mind, the first thing that comes to mind is when a new pair of Jordans come out and you see the line of people lined up to go get these Jordans, because when these people get these Jordans, it brings a sense of self-esteem, self-importance, self-worth, self-respect, self-conceit, self-image, self-confidence. Truth, absolutely truth. Spell speaks truth, absolutely truth. I mean, it is so true, right? So, and really and truly, remember, the psychoanalysis says that's the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious, and is responsible for your reality. So we got to be careful what we're feeding our ego. And when I tell you that I'm struggling with these words that I'm coming across with you today, because I'm an Aries, so by nature I have the biggest ego you know. You understand? By nature I have the biggest ego you know. So these words are hitting me hard. Very, very, very hard. But it's true. And sometimes we need self-reflection. This is part of my self-reflection. This is part of me reflecting, reflecting on myself and realizing some of the things that have been enslaving me because of my ego. Some of the things that's been enslaving me, right? Because of my ego. And we all gotta check ourselves. I mean, what is it that you're feeding your ego? I mean, what is it? What is it that makes your ego happy? What is it that gives you self-esteem, self-importance, self-worth, self-respect, Is it the job? Is it the degrees? Is it the shoes that you wear? Is it the car you drive? Is it the house you live in?
Is it your family? It goes back. I'm sorry. Maybe I went too loud. Maybe I'm going too loud. Back away from my mic. Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe it's the family, you know. But whatever it is that we're feeding our ego, we have to sometimes check that and make sure that it's something that's doing us a service rather than a disservice. Back away from the mic, still got reverb. All right, turn that down a little bit. I guess I got a little bit Okay, let me calm down a little bit. I guess I got a little bit loud there because reverb came back. But the psychoanalysis again. Psychoanalysis again is that's the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious and is responsible for reality, right? And being a slave, right? The definition of slavery, one of the definitions, because there's plenty forms of slavery. Plenty forms of slavery. But one of the definitions of slavery is excessive dependence or devotion to something. And listen, I'm human like everybody else. You know? But what is it, you know, what is it that I'm willing to give up? What is it that I can identify that is causing me to be enslaved through my ego? And I can go through a list, but I'm not going to that personal issue, right? I can go through my own list, and I'm sure you can too. I'm sure you can too, right? Some people, now think about, let me show you how crazy this is. And think about how crazy this could be, right? We have people that right now, because of the COVID-19, we have people working from home, right? Big corporations are sent everybody home. Picture some of you might work in some of these settings. Picture big office space, cubicles, computers, desks, the whole 9 yards. And everybody had to move home, my wife included, right? Move home to go to work, right? Now, think about the people. I'm going to show you how crazy this is going to be. You might even be dealing with some of these people right now, right? Think about the people that what feeds their ego is being in control of other people. There's some people at your job, maybe not your job, but at somebody's job, when you come across these people, then there's people out there that that's what feeds their self-esteem, their self-importance, their self-worth, their self-respect, their self-conceit, their self-image, and their self-confidence is the fact that they have to they can tell a person, they can look down at a person, or they can look over somebody's work, or they're responsible for a group of people. Or now these people, I'm not talking about everybody in those type of positions, but some people in these positions, they get up every day, and this is what they have to make them feel good. This is what feeds their ego, right? They don't have anything else going on to feed their ego, but that they put everything into their education and building their accolades and kissing the right ass and getting exactly where they need to be so they can be in that position that feeds the hell out of that ego. And that's been taken away from them. Now they're at home, they're still getting paid, and they're still communicating not half as much with people that work below them, but it's crushing their egos, and it's coming out through the communications. Sorry. And it's coming out through the communications. I keep on getting close to that mic. I gotta set that up a little bit better. But I'm almost done. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go back over there. If you like what you're hearing, if you get any kind of do me a favor, smash that like button. If you get any kind of food for thought, or anything, any kind of benefit from the video, do me a favor, smash the button for me. Like I said, like I always say, it pushes, it gets the algorithms, it makes the algorithms push the videos in front of like-minded people, more like-minded people. So I really appreciate that like button. But if there's, I'm sure you guys are getting what I'm saying. It's not like, it's not like I'm saying something that's real far-fetched, or I'm coming up with some conspiracy theory or anything like that. But think about it. Think about it. Shelley speaks true. Tell me about it. People and their egos. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But it's Shelley, I wouldn't be so harsh about it, because we all have an ego. We all have it. We all have one. We just gotta be careful of what we feed it. Right? We gotta be careful of what makes us happy, because it's like this. If you were born eating, you were raised up eating vegetables all your life. You're not a meat eater, right? You grow up and you eat vegetables all your life, right? All of a sudden, somebody comes along and somebody tells you that you need protein, and you're not getting enough protein from these vegetables, and you need to eat meat. It's going to take you a hell of a long time for you to do that conversion, right? To start eating that meat, because you've been feeding your structure, you've been feeding your system vegetables your whole life. So that's what you're used to, and that's what makes your system feels good. But when somebody comes along and puts that meat in your system, the first thing your system is going to want to do is it's going to want to push that back. It's not going to want that, right? It'll take you a hell of a long time to get used to that. So yeah, we have to definitely be careful of what it is that fill our ego. Because we all have one. We all have one. We just got to alter the way we think about certain things, and what feeds these egos. But if anybody has anything like they would love to add, this one is going to be short tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming. As always, I'll be with you again next Sunday. In the middle of the week, I'll be dropping at least one more video. I do cooking videos, and I do gardening videos and DIY videos. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, I am your number one fan, period. Sorry for the echo. I am your number one fan. Straight up, period. Hands down. I really appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, y'all. Have a blessed night.